Welcome to the KYC podcast.
Keeping you consistent.
We're live. Podcast, new studio, baby. How we feeling?
We're feeling good, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this all looks, but it's definitely going to be better than what we've had to work with so far.
Yes, so obviously we've got a green screen behind us, guys. We are working, improving. That's the whole point of this journey. So, yeah, we're happy with the new studio. We've got a nice setup going, got lights and systems in place. And yeah, this is a fresh start to the KYC podcast.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the KYC podcast, today's episode we are talking about routine and the importance it plays in consistency. So give us a bit of a rundown. What are your thoughts on routine?
Routine's definitely going to be 100% needed if you want to progress something.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a strict or not so strict routine, if you've got an end goal, there needs to be a routine there in place to get the building blocks in effect to reach that goal.
Yeah. So from my experience in routine, I used to be a strong believer of it doesn't matter when you do something as long as you get it done.
Yeah.
But as time has progressed in my life and you're looking for repetitive productivity in your day-to-day, I actually find it's far less productive to just be like, like Monday I work out in the morning, Tuesday I work out at night, Wednesday I work out in the middle of the day. I feel like it just creates a massive throw-off.
Just winging it.
Yeah, and it's almost like it gives you an excuse then. It's like, maybe I can just do 2 workouts tomorrow, 1 in the morning, 1 at the night.
Yeah.
Whilst, like what you said, difference between more relaxed and a strict routine. I don't feel like a strict routine needs to be, like dead set times every day. But I think it helps at the same. If every day it's like, I want to wake up at 5 and I want to be doing my morning stretch or morning exercise at 6 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
Keeping that, not only does it help you build habit, so, a month or 2 down the line when you've been doing that consistent, you don't really think about it anymore. That 5 o'clock morning wake-up call isn't necessarily horrible. It's how you function.
Yeah, over time, your body, the initial point of why people don't like routines is the start of a routine. When you're trying to go from 0 to 100 straight away, like you've read a self-help book or you've watched someone that you inspire to be on social media, then you're like, tomorrow, 4 a.m., let's do fucking Mark Wahlberg's routine.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to live like him. 4 a.m., start the gym at 4:30, get ice plunging by 5 o'clock or whatnot, and just do a militant routine like that. When his life is just completely different to yours, you are going to just quickly know straight away, routine's not for me, I'm not doing it. And you're going to hate that.
So I was speaking to someone about this recently. That's a really good point that you raised, because one thing it made me think about is when you're trying to create a new routine to better yourself, the first thing you should do is look at how you live now.
Yes.
Look at the positives and the negatives of how you live now and try and mold your routine to incorporate the way you live. Because like what you just said, if you, for example, looked at online and saw Arnold Schwarzenegger's routine and you just went, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But he's 6 foot whatnot, 240 pounds, whilst you're 5'2", 120 pounds.
Full-time job.
Yeah, it's like, it's never going to work. You go into an extreme to basically be like, you've found an inspiration, but you've gone the completely wrong way about trying to match that inspiration.
Yeah, and you have to remember the reason why they're on social media now is because they did this routine years ago.
Yeah, before the cameras.
Before the cameras, yeah. So they've not only adapted, but they've molded to it, and they've got the time to do it. Like, it all boils down to 90% of the world population are probably in full-time employment or somewhat job, where they have to, like, risk a piece of their life just for making a living. And in reality, it's like the routine there's non-negotiable time in that gap to go to your employment or go and do commitments or whatever it is, kids, employment, commitments, just whatever. So there's a set time that they've got that you haven't got. That's their rest time. Your time is still active.
Yeah.
Like when you hit go on the alarm clock in the morning, you're like, sweet, I'm going to go for a run in the morning, I'm going to do a workout, I'm going to do this. Then you add on top, okay, well now Mark Wahlberg's routine says he gets to chill for 5 hours and recover. Oh, well, in that gap, I'm working, so there's no chill there. So instead of having 0 steps in that time and just chilling up with your feet in like cryogenic chambers and all this shit. Your routine then is like, okay, sweet, now I've got to work in a warehouse or a factory or run around my child for like 6 hours. And then at the end of the day, I get to chill. But oh no, Mark Wahlberg's routine is now he does his second workout of the day. Then it's like, shit, I do want to do Mark Wahlberg's routine. So the second workout of the day, then it's like he goes to bed at 8 o'clock and then he wakes up at 4 again to fucking do another same thing. So in reality, your life will just be consistent of waking up, going down the stairs, doing the whole thing, and then hitting the pillow, waking up, and then that routine is not good, man.
I think the message in that is you can't copy someone's routine who has a completely different life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of a routine, in my opinion, is get inspiration, test it to see what things can work,
Yeah,
and then
take
mold
what
it.
you can benefit from it.
Yeah.
You know, oh, this person is waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and getting a bit of morning exercise in. My life, I work a 9 to 5. I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and say normally I'm going to bed at 10, 11 o'clock. So you can definitely make that transition. Maybe you don't need to wake up at 5. Maybe you can wake up at 7. Wake up an hour earlier.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Like,
bro, every person is individual. That's why we've got identities.
100%.
You're your own person, and I'm a big advocate. If you are trying to find a routine, anyone listening, test people's routines, because you're never going to find your own until you trial stuff. Like when we did running, started our journey, we was only meeting up on a Saturday, one Saturday a week, and then if something pops up on that Saturday, that's our routine messed up. Like obviously we've got individual lives, things can happen, unforeseeables happen, holidays, time with the family, whatnot. You then end up turning that one time we actually get to go for a long run. Okay, now we've missed the long run of the week. Then what's going to happen? Oh, we'll wait until next week to get it done. Just try and make it so that your routine is adjustable when it needs to be.
Yeah, like a good routine has wiggle room for, like what you said, like inevitables.
Yeah.
If emergencies crop up, say for example, that causes you to miss out one of your daily meals, you manage it. It's like, okay, I missed out the daily meal, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Instead, obviously, perhaps I can just add a few hundred calories onto my next 2 or 3 meals just to build up that surplus. Or like what you said with exercise, if you missed out the long run on the Saturday, try and find and make the time to do it on the Sunday.
Yeah, even like injuries crop up. Like I'm suffering from like my ankle flaring up at the minute. So my it's affecting both of us. But my marathon prep at the minute is like adjusting. We've got to adjust. Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
of course. But then you have to think about the big picture, don't you? Because the goal for us at the minute is to make sure that we achieve that marathon. We're going for sub 4 hour on that marathon.
Yeah.
But we've passed the 16-week
This
time
is the
frame now.
Prep time, yeah.
Yeah, we've passed that. We've entered that 16-week time frame now. So getting injured now and being set back 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks of recovery.
Yeah, we can't afford it.
Immediately going to blow this sub 4 hour out the window. So
yeah,
that's why they say listen to your body. You know, if your body is basically telling you, and you have to apply this into a routine. If you're underweight and you try and jump onto a new lifestyle routine where you're going to try and mass gain, you're going to cause your body some severe discomfort if you go from, say, a daily intake of 1,000 calories and now all of a sudden you're trying to take 4,000 calories in.
Arnold's routine.
Yeah, literally. Not only are you going to spend like 80% of your time on the toilet, but it's never going to work.
Wasted money as well.
Yeah, it's, so much of the food you're eating is either going to come back out either through one hole or the other. It's not going to be used. It's not going to be used to fuel the body in the way a correct bulk can work. It's slow progress is what's going to get you where you want to go. And I think this is definitely one of the things when people try and start routines that makes them immediately crash.
Yeah.
Is because they try and change everything
all at once. Yeah.
It's like, right, today I identify as this person. Tomorrow I have a whole new identity. And your body can't keep up. Your body needs time to adapt to this new routine.
100%, man. That's why, like, slow, steady growth. Like, in the world, one fine adjustment can make a big difference in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all it takes is that fine adjustment. Even if you're literally doing no exercise whatsoever, even getting out and doing a walk every morning, 2K, 1 mile walk, whatever it is, go out every morning. I guarantee within a month you'll get to the point where one day you'll miss that walk for whatever reason, and that day will be shit.
Yeah, it just won't feel normal.
It won't be the best day.
But that's the other thing, isn't it? This was a mad concept I thought of when I was thinking about routine the other day. It's just, even for those people who are just like, oh, I want to put my life into a routine. Your life's already in a routine.
Yeah.
Even if you don't recognize your life as a routine,
Yeah.
you know, you will find yourself doing very similar things every day in a very similar time frame, because that's how we are as humans.
Yeah,
It's how we function.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we like things to be repetitive. You know, even if, say, for example, like I was like this when I was younger. My wake up time, I didn't have a wake up time, you know, but it was always late because I was always up gaming late, really, at night. So I wouldn't get up till 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Rebel.
2 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously, this is, you know, in the
When
teenage
at school time,
lifestyle.
fuck school.
Yeah, I was never allowed to get away with that. I tried numerous times. But yeah, it's like when you think about what you could sit there and say to yourself, what's my routine? What's my routine now? It's like, how do I live my life? It's like, okay, I'm getting up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then I'll make a drink, I'll make a cup of tea, and I sit downstairs and I don't really do anything until 12 o'clock. And say, for example, like when the weekend comes around, what do I normally do? Normally I just feel like I'm waiting for other people to call me and ask me for help, ask me for favors. If they don't, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pure chaos, and it doesn't feel like a routine.
Yeah.
But the moment you try and put some organization into your life in that aspect, so right, I'm gonna start getting up at a set time every day. I want to get up at 7 o'clock every day. My alarm goes off, I'm out of bed. I want to have a cup of tea and I want to sit downstairs for half an hour, no TV on, just being present in the morning.
Yeah, present in your own head.
Yeah, being present in the morning, and then at 7:30, once my body's had some time to wake up, I'm gonna do, you know, a 30-minute gym session in my house. And the thing is, like, when you're starting stuff like that, say for example, if you're not a gym goer, you've never been to a gym before, your body is a gym in of itself. If you choose to get into our body weight workouts, you can do like 3 to 4 exercises a day to cover general body movement. You know, you can do, I mean, obviously, the dips one's a bit selective, but there's always things you can have around your house. You can use your stairs.
Yeah,
just do like half dips.
Mate, everyone's got a chair in the house.
Yeah,
man.
literally,
Just
you know,
use a
dips,
chair.
press ups, and squats, and you're covering a good range of body.
Yeah.
You know, you're covering arms, chest, legs.
Even mobility training, that's like the main thing, man. It's,
It's like we're designed to move.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is one thing that I've spoken to multiple people about in their lives. When they always say to me, I have people say to me, it's like, oh, I feel so tired, I feel so stiff, my body aches. And I'm like, how much exercise do you do? Oh, I don't really.
How much sleep do you get? 17 hours.
Yeah. Mate, this is proven as well. If you research this, if you Google search this and say, you know, is too much sleep bad for you? You'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not a bear. We're not built to hibernate. We're built to be up every day. And maybe like when we were hunter-gatherers thousands of years ago, we probably did sleep a lot because our days would have consisted of waking up, making sure that the tribe area was safe, hunting for food, eating the food, going to sleep, doing that again. But now our lives are filled with the additions of societal norms, social media, work life, you know, work or lifestyle responsibilities, i.e. if you got a family, all these things come into play, whereas now, you know, that's why they say like 6 to 8 hours is the good range. And I think people, like me personally, I'd probably average 5 a day.
Yeah.
You know, 5 hours a day. And it's not good sleep, but you know, like for when we go out for the run every morning, we maintain that strict routine. By the time 8 o'clock in the morning comes and I'm back here, I feel great. You know, because it's hard getting up in the morning. It's always hard. You're always gonna have to fight that war in the morning. You know, but once you're
it's
up,
horrible.
Once you're up and you've been active, you feel so much better.
Yeah.
And I can speak about this from my past as well. Like I said to you, I used to stay awake really late into the night playing games, and then I'd sleep 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know, but because I wasn't doing anything physical, everything for me was mental stimulation. It was literally, especially on the weekends, stay awake all night playing video games, sleep halfway through the day, you know, wake up, play more video games. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
And it reached a point in my life when I tried to be physical, there was nothing there to be. I was a completely empty tank.
Yeah, it's empty.
You know?
It's because there's no sustainability and there's no base structure there. Like, obviously, it goes without saying, your body's a machine. You need a lot of fuel in that machine to keep the cogs going, to keep everything moving. You need, obviously, water as the oil. food as the fuel and the resource, and then that's what happens. Like when you're in a bad routine, you'll probably find your nutrition's bad. You probably just because you can't be bothered to actually look after yourself, as in like sleep wise, physical wise. You're probably eating shit as well because that's not going to help. You probably just can't be bothered to make anything because you've got no drive whatsoever. So you're ordering food or you're just getting quick, fast meals all the time.
Yeah. I'm a massive advocate for healthy body, healthy mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the other way around. A lot of people try and twist it so it's the other way around. It's like, oh, but if your mind's in a good place, you're more motivated to work out. And this is, that doesn't work that way.
No.
You know, because motivation is like, it's like an adrenaline spike. You know, it comes and it goes.
Yeah.
You know, but discipline comes from hard work, and when you're satisfied with outside, that's when you work on inside.
100%.
And you can tailor this to lots of stuff. If you go, just humans in general, you know, like don't judge a book by its cover. That's what we all do.
Yeah.
The first thing you do when you see something, you judge it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to go out there and buy a bike, like an electric bike, for example, the first thing you can do is look at it. Do I like the look of it? It could be an amazing performer, but if aesthetically it's not pleasing, you won't even get to that point of looking on the internal. You'd be like, no, I don't like the look of it.
Yeah,
it's a great piece of kit.
You can go thousands of miles on it in one charge, but it's
ugly. I don't like it. And that is human nature, and it's the same thing. Once you're happy with how you are on the outside, that's when it becomes very easy to focus on the inside.
Exactly.
Because you don't have that kind of dual cognitive viewpoint where you're always thinking about how you are on the outside, even though you know you need to work on the inside.
Yeah.
You're satisfied with the outside, now you work on the inside.
Exactly that, man. I couldn't agree more. It's crazy how all these things add up to building a better routine and a better foundation. But yeah, when it comes to routine though, you definitely need to just focus, see what the best thing for anybody to do is, and do small adjustments, because there might be it's like a guitar. When you tune in a string of a guitar, that fine tweak out, it will knock the tone off.
Yeah.
You won't have the correct key, you won't have the correct sound, and but then when you wind it back just that smidge, it's like perfect. And then that's how it is. And then individual pings are just sounding like noise, but when you add them all together, there's like a orchestra going on. You know what I mean?
That's a good analogy, man. I've never heard that one before.
Like
that one.
the fine tweaks of things, like it's like the people that are composers and stuff for music, and the orchestra, like leaders. I don't know what the correct term is. Maybe a composer.
Yeah, it's a composer.
But they're there listening to all of it put together, but they know the individual sounds that go into this masterpiece. And yeah, if nothing's out, then it won't all combine into being a great performance. Artists are the same, them tweaks of one colour at one time, little by little, strokes at a time, and then you look into it, zoom in, and then it's like one little crappy line after one little crappy line.
It's like drawing. Drawings are good one like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the people that do like they'll do like a drawing, but say for example, like, you know, learn how to draw a bird using numbers. I saw this one the other day.
Yeah.
And it's like, when it first starts, it makes no sense. You're looking at it, but then all of a sudden, one line will connect, and the whole picture just becomes clear. I like
watching them. I like watching them videos where it's obviously brain rot. You're getting this, you stick into it, but it's crazy how when you look at the bigger picture, like you'll see just an artist doing line, and it's crap. Yeah, like you're literally just watching him do like flicker the ridiculous, but then all of a sudden the camera just like zooms out and you see his hand popping into frame, and then all of a sudden that line that he was doing was one little bit of hair on a big lion that he's just created, and it's like, bloody hell, you've just watched some crappy line, but then when you actually look at the bigger picture,
details matter.
Yeah, the fine details, the littlest tweaks make a big change, man, and that's what routine's about. If you make a little tweak, that fine tweak will make a long-lasting difference in the future. But if you try and draw a massive like masterpiece all at once, you will end up wrecking it.
Yeah, it always has to start small. I think if there was one gem I could give out to people when it comes to starting a routine, if people ask me and they're just like, what would you say is the key to a successful routine? To me, I think it would be make sure you're doing it for yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. If you're, say for example, if you're on like a weight loss journey because everyone around you is telling you, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, you need to do that, or if you're if people are telling you, look, man, you need to take up a passion or a hobby because
Yeah.
you don't have any. So you figure, all right, screw it, I'm going to learn the oboe or something.
Man, that's true.
I know. Could have done like a piccolo, but yeah. But yeah, and like you feel pressured into getting all this. And obviously there are loads of scenarios over this that do end up like that, parents pressuring their kids into stuff. But if you're a fully grown adult who has your own life and you are trying to change because of external factors, you know, people's influence, people's judgment, fear of how you're being judged, this is the wrong reason to change.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're trying to lock into a routine, it should always be because you want that change.
100%.
You know, I want to lose weight. You know, I've always wanted to master this instrument. I want to get fit. I want to get strong. You know, I want to start eating healthier. When it's you that wants it and not you're doing it for other people,
Yeah.
there's almost no way for you to fail.
100%, man.
It's like you when you chose to give up smoking.
Yeah.
You weren't doing it for anyone else.
No, it was me. I went through a big adjustment in my life, man. Crazy, scary, and it was something I wanted to do for a long time. And it's one of the things I do feel like you'll only make the biggest impact when it's time for you to make the biggest impact. Like,
See, I'm a bit hesitant with that because I feel like when you say stuff like that, you could be saying to people, like, if you don't feel like it's the right time, it could be like an outing of an excuse.
yeah, look,
You know, I feel like it's one of those stuff will happen in your life where it's basically like that will say to you, this is the time.
yeah.
For example, if you're a heavy smoker and everything, and you just notice that you're always coughing all the time.
Yeah. You gotta
It's
go.
not even something like that. You just one day it will probably just click and you just be like, I can't live like this anymore. This needs to stop.
That was basically it for me, man. It turned out to be fear that struck me into not. That's why I've got such a fucking hard mindset when it comes to this training, waking up and trying to get done and moving on to bigger, badder challenges. Because I know I'm a guy that I know myself. I need a challenge and a goal to hit. Otherwise, I'm not going to keep doing things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need something like, that's why I've been mad on, like, I want to complete an ultra. The biggest change, the reason why ultra's on this big thingy for me, and I've signed up for one now and I'm trying to get one done, is because when I was going through my hard time, I was watching content creators do this like mad, like Leadville 100, Moab 240, and it was like, man, I wonder what it'll be like to just do an ultramarathon. Not these massive races, because you need to do thousands of like mind tweaks to get into these races, right? Unless you just get lucky on the lottery. But you, yeah, to do that alone is a very hard feat. And then I was like in my head, okay, sweet. So where do I need to get to? How do I need to be to get to this point? So ultramarathon's the goal. Where do I need to go from here? Smoking, not great, hard to get off. And then one day I was just like, fuck, I need to quit. And then I just didn't look back. Midday and one day, about 3 p.m, had the last fag, chucked it away, and that was it. I didn't even touch it again. And then I've just been zoned in ever since to like be the best version of myself and push for these ultramarathons, man.
It raises a good point though, because one of the methods in which really helps people stay focused on a routine is having a target.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, if you're looking to lose weight, say, for example, you want to lose 20 pounds, and you've got yourself set on, like, let's lowball it, because obviously, you know, small is better. On average, they say you can lose anywhere from £1 to £2 a week. But let's say you set your target at £1 a month.
Yeah.
You know, every month, at the end of that month, you weigh yourself. And when you see that you've dropped £1 or £1.50, that is in itself stimulus.
Oh,
because,
yeah, 100%.
You know, there's nothing that drives humanity more than seeing results in lifetime. You know, this is why things like when people are trying to bulk and go to the gym, it's difficult because you don't notice it. You see yourself every day. You'll catch yourself in a mirror a few times a day on average. So you don't notice it. But say if I went to you, I was like, right, I want to get to 80 kilos. And I didn't see you for 6 months. And then all of a sudden you see me and you're like, damn, man.
Yeah, you're fucking stacked away on Chubby
You're
Boy.
like, you're getting massive. But I might look at myself and be like, I don't really notice it.
Minor details, yeah.
Yeah, it's those things. So when you set yourself a goal, like what you said, if you set yourself like a running goal, and it's like, okay, say for example, you never ran before, so like, right, where do I start? First off, let's see if I can run a kilometre. Then maybe, I can run a kilometre. Let's see how I do with a 5k, 10k, half. marathon. And before you know it, you're actually well above where you initially thought you would be. You've gone from 1K to, say, marathon 42 kilometers. That's a massive achievement.
Yeah.
And it's looking back and seeing, look at this progress I've made. I have actually hit all these milestones.
Yeah.
And when you look back, you realise I have changed my life. I have stuck this routine out, and it's shown itself over time.
Couldn't agree more, man. The one quote that sticks out for me every time I try something new is Matthew McConaughey. You probably heard it. It's like he literally quotes. He says, and I quote, "If you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't half-ass it. Stick it out. Jump in the deep end, and find out if it's for you or not." And that's the way I want to progress my life from now on. Like, if at least I'm gonna say I've tried, whether it's for me or whether it's not for me, I can say I gave it my all, I tried, and man, I'm gonna stick to this, do you know?
Yeah, one of mine, I don't necessarily think it's a saying. It probably is from way back. Someone came up with it, obviously, but it's a general consensus around people who are dead set on actually committing to new things.
Yeah.
Is stop waiting for the right moment.
Exactly.
It's one of the worst things that I think you can do.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to get all this stuff. And then for some people, like, weirdly, because of the way we are as people, a lot of people want to start at the start of a week or the start of a month or the start of the new year. What difference does it make?
Yeah, you just
every
start the
day
next day.
after today that you don't start is just one day lost. And it's, if you understand the value of time, it's one thing none of us can control.
Yeah. Well, it's running out every second.
Yeah, every day it's going by. You never know when your time's up. That's why they say you should live your life like, your time's going to be up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because then you shouldn't live your life like, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week.
If you're watching this or listening to this right now, and it's 11 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever the time is, put this episode down and just get cracking.
Yeah.
If
you're in that mentality where you are looking to get set on a routine, but you've decided, I'm going to start in August, ask yourself why.
Yeah.
If you have everything you need to get started on a new routine, what are you waiting for?
Yeah. Perfect example is this podcast, this setup. We was in the woods a month ago doing this podcast. We progressed, added little by little. We've got a green screen now, lights. This ain't perfect. Over time it will become perfect, but there's always fine tuning you can do. And that just goes to show that it's not about the right time. It probably ain't the right time for me and Tom to be starting this. We've got a marathon prep, we've got everything, but if we're not going to start it now, when are we going to start it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say it's not the right time. The point being, there is no right time.
Exactly.
Okay. Essentially, the right time is the earliest you can do it, because that's when, once you get started, you're going to start learning. Okay, you're going to start growing. You're going to start adapting. You're going to become better at it.
Yeah.
Even if it's, say, for example, like this, sitting here, talking to each other, talking to the camera. It's one of those. There's no such thing as the perfect conditions.
Exactly.
Okay?
1%
better every day doesn't end when you get 100% better.
Exactly that.
Then it's 101. There's always something more that you can learn, and the best place to start, the best way to start learning is to start doing it, because that's when you'll start making mistakes.
Exactly.
And that's how we all learn.
100%. That is our mindset on routine, ladies and gentlemen. If you have anything to add, please leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, man. Thoughts and opinions on routine from anyone and everyone from all different kinds of experiences. We're not coming this across as routine gurus. Obviously, we referenced a lot of our own personal experience in this. As I said at the start of the video, I used to believe that as long as you get it done, it doesn't matter when. But now I'm of the other mindset, because I am more consistent when everything does have a relative time. It doesn't have to be a super strict time, but a relative time. And so, that's my personal opinion on it. And I have that opinion because for me it works. I believe it's the same for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no right or wrong way necessarily. It's essentially what works for you.